everybody. Please take your seats. I'd like to reconvene this meeting of December 17th, 2018. We know we've been adequately noticed. Would everyone join me in the salute to the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We have a ceremonial matter, and we have a presentation from the West Windsor Arts Council. Helen? You can just,
So good evening. My name is Eileen Green. I'm the Executive Director of the West Windsor Arts Council, and hello to all of you. Good to see you again. I have been coming for the last few years to do a little update about what's going on over at the Arts Council and to present to you our impact report. So I've handed you all copies of that report, which was sent out to our supporters and general mailing list, and I have copies in the back as well if anyone here this evening would be interested, and just to kind of go over some of the highlights for the year and what's coming up. Before I do that, I do want to thank our supporters from the Arts Council who are here. If you want to just raise your hand and say hello, we always manage to get a few out on the cold, so I really appreciate their support in coming out tonight. So, this year we've really thought a lot about our place in the community and what we contribute to it, as well as, it's always that kind of give and get. We get a lot from this community as well. It sustains us as we sustain them, in terms of friendship, connection, learning, and inspiring. So these are all, some of the big ideas, big things that we try to do each year. And so we're sustaining our healthy community through the arts. So we recognize that this is a healthy community. There's so much here that's really wonderful and really works, and we love to be a part of that. This year, one of our big new initiatives was to develop our new strategic plan that will guide the organization for the next 3 years. And through that process, we also updated our mission statement. So that's kind of a big deal. The full plan is available on our website at westwindsorarts.org, and it's under the About section. But just to go over our new mission statement, our mission is to provide high-quality cultural programming that brings people together and transforms the world around us by inspiring, educating, promoting the arts, and art appreciation for our diverse community. And in that photo there, you see a young participant at our Summer Music Festival working on a big communal painting that we had out, and the kids got to go up and paint on it all together, and they created actually a really beautiful mural that we were able to hang at the Art Center as part of our Martian project. So by the numbers, we really have so much going on. Classes for adults and youth, camps, scholarships for low-income families, lots of participation throughout all of our programs, 14,900 participants across all of our programs, whether that's classes, free events, concerts, theater. We have a healthy email subscription list at this point, over 450 members, over 150 donors and sponsors, and lots of volunteers, both adult and youth, and actually down in that other section below, over 4,000 hours of volunteer service at the organization. So, this is a huge impact for us. It helps us immensely, but it's really wonderful to build those relationships with the youth and the adults of the community. Our exhibition program has been strong with 6 free exhibitions, our community arts festivals. So, all this programming's really, core to who we are and what we do. Just a little snapshot of our financials for the year. We're a 501c3 nonprofit, and so when we make money, it goes back into our programs and back to the community. So you can see there that education is really the core of who we are and what we do. On the income side, 52% of our budget is through our education programs, but it's expended almost equally. So it's really just about providing that service. And then, our other big income comes from corporate sponsors and from individual supporters. Those are, so important to helping us run and do all the things that we do. In governance news this year, we are very proud to share that we established an operating reserve. So what this does is allow us to have some funds set aside in case of any issues that might come up that are unexpected, in case there are expenses that, are unexpected. And, this really speaks to the sustainability of the organization and that we're, preparing to be here for the long term. And in July, we will have 3 vacant board seats. So we are looking for new board members, and we encourage people from the community who would like to contribute and have, a desire to support this organization and bring us forward into our next few years and beyond to talk to us about joining our team. All right, so one of our big new projects this year was our Martian project, and this is part of a creative placemaking initiative. And we launched the project in cooperation with local businesses and other community service organizations, and really had a wonderful celebration for the 80th anniversary of the War of the Worlds broadcast, which was really a lot of fun, and everybody got into it. And we were really proud to be able to launch this project, which is a public art project, and had our first sculpture installed at the Art Center. It's called Scoutship by Eric Schultz, and it's out front as we speak. It landed right before the anniversary of the broadcast. But this is a project that we'd like to continue. As many of you, I think, know, we're still seeking sculpture proposals, we're seeking sculpture sites, and we're seeking sculpture sponsors. So when we can put those 3 together into that magic formula, we hope to extend the project, into 2019 and beyond. Another big initiative that we're kicking off this year is the creation of a digital media lab. This would be a really brand new program for the Arts Council, not something that we've had before, and requiring some startup funding to get it off the ground. But we have had a MakerBot 3D printer donated by NRG Energy, so that's a good start, as well as some other funding coming in. So what we'd like to do is create a space where we will be able to offer pre-college courses in 3D modeling and printing, digital music production and editing, video production and editing, and graphic design. And we actually have a partnership with Rutgers University Camden, and we'll be having instructors from their school come and teach those courses. So, we're hoping in fall of 2019 to be able to kick that off. So right now, we are seeking funding and in-kind support to help set up the lab. So coming up in 2019, on March 23rd from 7 to 10 p.m., we will have our annual gala, and this year it's called the Blank Canvas Art Auction and Gala, and it's an elegant evening of art in support of the Arts Council. We are inviting artists from the community, some of the most talented artists from our region, to create original works of art for the Arts Council, and they'll be auctioned off during the event. We'll have music and food and drinks, and it will be really a wonderful night out in support of the arts. So we hope you all can make it. And finally, we're in the end of the calendar year, and as all nonprofits go, we're, trying to finish up our fundraising for the year, and we do have a matching gift challenge. An anonymous donor has challenged us to raise $5,000 before December 31st, and I'm pleased to report we've raised about $3,000 so far, so we are getting close, and any donations will help us, and they'll be matched dollar for dollar, so it's like doubling your gift. And I hope that we will have the benefit of that support, continued support, and we'll put it to good use. I promise. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody on council want to ask a quick question?
Now, Eileen,
Yes.
every year I get to come out to your gala. I
Yes.
get to dress up.
Yes.
What is the theme this year?
So we are kind of doing a little different take on our gala this year. We're really focusing on the art. So the blank canvas being that potential for art creation is our theme, if you will. So the idea is it's all about getting creative, refocusing ourselves on what's most important to us, which is the art. And so there'll be live art demonstrations during the event.
Wow.
There will be chances for guests to get creative and make art during the event. And, of course, we'll have the music and the beautiful atmosphere that we always do.
It's a fantastic event every year, so thank you.
Thank you.
And this year, anyone can dress any way they want.
That's right, exactly.
So that will be very artistic. Thank you very, very much.
You're welcome. Great, thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, and thanks to all the volunteers out there, because it's an amazing asset to our community, this arts center, and it takes, I know that you have some professional hired staff, but it's really so many of the volunteers who give of their time and energy, so thank you.
I think we all feel that way. Public comment? Anyone signed up?
Ms. Assarella?
Hello, Sylvia Ascarelli, 27 Millville Road. I'm here to talk about Cranberry Road sidewalks. I'm thrilled to see that they're on the agenda tonight. You'll be approving, hopefully, a contract for the next design phase from the bridge to almost to where the sidewalks are in my neighborhood with Yeager Road. And I'd just like to hear, I looked at the documents, but I couldn't see what kind of timeline is expected. How long do they have to do the design work, and when do you hope to get construction done? I understand there's some complications that could happen, including permitting, but it'd still be great to have a sense of the rough timeline. Thank you.
Anyone else?
I have no one else signed up. Mr. Church.
Okay, good evening, everyone. John Church, 11 Princeton Place. I want to thank the Arts Council for that presentation. My wife takes art lessons over there. It's a great thing to have in town, and I wish them all the best. And I also want to thank council and the mayor for all their hard work this year. I know it's not an easy job, and as Dr. YZ will find out pretty soon, next year in the tax season, it's a little difficult at that part of the year. And we'll have some things to say at that point. So I want to wish everyone the very best for the holiday season. Now, one other thing, here's the guy I had in my patio on Halloween. I had him there, and looking rather fierce with his head lowered like he wants to come and attack me. I took it safely through the back door, the storm doors, so he couldn't get at me. Now, it's true, he's a very, I'll show it to the audience. They're very attractive animals, that's true enough, but they bring a lot of problems. And they eat up all our flowers, our bushes, azaleas, roses, and they do spread Lyme disease, that's well known. My wife has had Lyme disease twice from deer ticks. Fortunately, it was caught in time, both times, so she didn't suffer any ill effects. But this is a serious problem we have. And I know the county is doing what they're doing over there in the park system, and they have to do what they do, and at some point we may have to do it as well. But just wanted to show you this picture. They are here. They're not quite as fierce as they look. I don't think he would have attacked me, but it's And so I have him in my patio from time to time. I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention. So in the meantime, all the best again to everyone, and wish you the best for the holiday season. We look forward to the new year. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Hello, Donald Watrous, 131 Cranberry Road. I would like to say that I'm very happy with the progress that's been going on with the sidewalk. We've enjoyed several times being able to walk, at least from the bridge, down to the growing center of town. I'm also curious as to if there is a date that we could expect the shovel to hit for the next section, and I want to encourage you to approve the funding issue that's going to be before you regarding the sidewalk this evening. And also, is there any possibility of us having any influence about what the sidewalk would look like in front of our home if there is any kind of a choice? You know, I understand that you're trying to keep within the right-of-way, but you know, if there could be a little bit more flexibility, if we could have some input on that. And finally, I want to thank you all and wish you a very happy and healthy holiday season.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Hi, Mark Pepper, 43 Providence Court. I just wanted to mention again, there's 2 weeks left to buy tickets for the Capitol Philharmonic's New Year's Eve concert. I've already put the flyers back on the stand, so as you leave, please take one with you. Even if you can't go, maybe there's somebody you know who can, you know, who doesn't have plans yet for New Year's. As an added incentive, if there's enough interest, the Capitol Philharmonic is prepared to provide free transportation. We would need at least 30 people to fill a bus, and we'd have to figure out a location where the bus would leave from, where everyone could come to. I mean, if you don't want to take the bus, there's free parking right near the Capitol Philharmonic. It's very safe. So, you know, it's a great evening featuring the works of Bernstein, Gershwin, Williams, Rogers, and many more. There's also a soloist, Grace Gilday, who is a former teacher at the Westminster Choir College. So it's a great opportunity to provide support to our friends in Trenton. Thank you very much, and have a great holidays, everyone.
Thank you. Anybody else? Seeing none, Mr. Mayor, the administration comments.
Yeah, I'm wearing two hats today. As you see, Marlena couldn't make it tonight. So first, some announcements on behalf of Marlena. As you know, Christmas and both New Year's are on Tuesday. So the garbage collection, this is the real work. The garbage collection Monday garbage collection will happen on Monday. And then Tuesday onwards, garbage collection will happen one day later. So Tuesdays will happen on Wednesday, Thursday, Thursdays, Friday, Saturday. Both week of Christmas and week of New Year's. So if your Monday collection, put it out on Monday, rest of you just put it out one day later. The DPW is still working on Zone 1. They need a couple more days to finish Zone 1. They're always behind, too many leaves, but they will get to you. So have patience, once they have collected, please don't put your leaves out, and Allison will again remind you, please don't put your leaves out tomorrow after the collection is done. Alexander Road is going to be closed just for one day tomorrow between 9 and 3 for some work. And then, as some of you may know, the Alexander Road is going to be closed for 9 months starting next year. And there's a meeting this Wednesday in Princeton with information about that, and the meeting information is on our district, on our township website. So again, the road is closed tomorrow between 9 and 3. You are allowed to go in there only if you're going to either to the restaurant there, Metro North, or if you live there. Otherwise, you will not be allowed to go there.
Closed from where to where?
Closed essentially from West Windsor border up to the first road in Princeton, Faculty Road. So essentially, don't go on Alexander Road tomorrow.
Okay.
Simple thing. I had one more. She gave me one more. Okay, that's Marlena's announcements. Now I put my own hat. So, this is the last council meeting of my first year as mayor. I want to thank everyone who helped in various capacities throughout the year. That includes all township employees, people who've served on various township committees, and people who made positive contributions through their constructive suggestions. As a newly elected mayor, I had the idea of raising funds for non-profit organization in the township. I am eternally grateful to everyone who took the idea and created West Windsor Gives Back, and a lot of people helped in that process. The success of that effort and the mayor's ball belongs to all of them. West Windsor Gives Back raised a total of $34,285 for the West Windsor Police Department. When the West Windsor Give Back Committee sent out a request for township non-profits to be the recipient of 2019, we were pleased to have quite a few applications. Since all the requests were newsworthy, and I don't like to be a judge at any contest, and rather than playing judge, the committee decided to honor them in the order in which the requests were received. Thus, the 2019 recipient of West Windsor Gives Back will be Princeton Junction Fire Company 44. The 2020 recipient will be the West Windsor Arts Council, and the 2021 recipient will be the West Windsor Fire Company 43, who will be celebrating their 100th year that year. There was one more request that was received right after this, but I can't make any promises beyond 2021. So hang in there. I hope in years to come the residents will participate as enthusiastically in the activities throughout the year as they did this year, and make this tradition a success. This is celebrating success of the township and all of us, not just me. And finally, I want to wish everybody Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate, and have a very great New Year to everyone. And if I may answer your questions about I wish I could give you the time when the sidewalk will open, but we will work as fast as we can. There are a couple of permits from the state required because it goes over the canal. But we are working as fast as we can, and I'll share the design with you to make sure that you have input in the sidewalk, especially in front of your home. And I think there are a couple of homes again where we may need permission from them to build in front. So, but we are working as fast as we can. If everything works on schedule, then I can say it will probably happen summer, but I don't, with state permits and stuff, I mean, let me assure you, we won't be holding it back. Let me put it that way. And our engineering department is at full strength now. We were down to one person, but we have hired new people. So there's nothing from the township side that should hold it back.
Okay, thank you. Council member comments, we start with YZ.
Reverse alphabet. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I guess two things I want to share. One is that I want to thank Art Council for the continued great work. I like the tagline, sustaining our healthy community through the arts. As an amateur artist, I'm wholeheartedly support the community, but also I try to encourage my network friends, artists and instructors to either work with collaboratively or rent the facility. So I've been doing that, taking some friends over to check out the facility. Now, on a personal note, I made a trip to China last week. It was a short 1 week, given the time differences, but it was a time for me to reunite with my father, aging father, and my sister. So it's a family reunion, pre-holiday season kind of family reunion. So I really enjoyed the time back there. Just flew back last night, but I don't feel the jet lag, so that's good. Thank you, and happy holidays to everybody.
Thank you. Aisha?
So again, I echo YZ's comments. Thank you to the Arts Council. I look forward to your gala every year because I get to dress up in something goofy, so I'm going to do that anyway this year. So, and I have I know last year I bid on one of the pictures that had been created by a local artist that is probably the one piece of art in our house that always gets compliments. And it hangs right in our kitchen, so it's very much a center of our life. So I'm looking forward to more art opportunities that are, if I can just say, definitely affordable. So we're, it's a great addition to our community. I also want to give a shout out to Lieutenant Moore. I had all sorts of questions about the drone and one of the resolutions that we're voting on tonight, and he came over and just answered all of my questions, and I appreciate you coming out. So thank you.
Okay. Linda?
Yeah, I just want to thank, this year we had new leadership, Virginia Vice President. I know you're working very closely this year with Allison, learning the ropes of that. Allison, very good job as president. You're in the hot seat, meeting after meeting. I've been there a few times. Never easy, but thank you for all that extra work that nobody really sees, but us. I just want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and all the best in the new year. And thank you all for coming out, meeting after meeting, time after time, and for all your work that you do to make West Windsor such a great place to live. Thank you.
Virginia?
So first, I want to say congratulations to the Princeton Junction Fire Station for being named recipient for West Windsor Gives Back fundraising efforts for next year. I'm looking forward to working with you guys, and thanks for coming out tonight. This year has been a great one. My first year on council, I've learned a lot up here, and I really enjoyed working with the police department this year with West Windsor Gives Back as well, and I've enjoyed working with the zoning board and the rec commission. It's just been a great year all around. This past weekend was, I guess, maybe one of the final events of the year. The West Windsor Lions Club and Boy Scout Troop 66 had their annual pancake breakfast at High School North, and I was there helping the boys make up some eggs and serve up some breakfast, and that was fun. We had a lot of volunteers. It was a great turnout, well-attended event. And finally, I just want to thank everybody, thank Gay for all that you do to support us, and the administration, everybody who works really hard. And like Linda said, you don't see all the stuff that happens behind the scenes. So I just wanted to tell people that I'm really appreciative of all they do for us. And finally, I just want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and a happy and healthy New Year. Thanks.
Thank you. I would like to thank everybody who's worked so kindly with me in the last year and a half, and it's just been a pleasure working with all of you and getting all the help that I've gotten from you. And I'd like to thank all the volunteers. West Windsor runs on volunteers. We have groups like the Arts Council, we have FOOS, we have the Bike Ped, we have Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, athletic groups, we have our fire companies, first aid, everything. Without our volunteers, we wouldn't be sitting up here as part of a government. We'd be sitting up here as just a little club that was trying to get things done. So we're really grateful to everyone who helps to make West Windsor go, make West Windsor move forward, make West Windsor the great place it is to live. So a personal thank you to all of you, and I wish everyone a happy, healthy holiday season and new year. Gay?
Well, I'm going to echo everybody else, saying Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everyone. And I thank you all for believing in me and appointing me Township Clerk this year. And I hope we can continue to work together for a few more years.
Thank you.
Yep.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
You've done a great job.
Thank you.
We have no public hearings, so consent agenda.
2018 R-274, refund of overpayment of 2018 property taxes. 2018 R-275, reappointment of Susan Abbey as a member of the Zoning Board of Adjustment, term to expire December 31st, 2022. 2018 R-276, reappointment of Carl Van Dyke as a member of the Zoning Board of Adjustment, term to expire December 31, 2022. 2018 R-277, reappointment of Michael Garzo as alternate 2 member of the Zoning Board of Adjustment, term to expire December 31st, 2020. And 2018 R-278, establishing January 1, 2019 as an official holiday, bills and claims.
Anybody want any item pulled from the consent agenda?
I have a question.
Ask a question.
Hasn't January 1st always been an official holiday except for we meet? But
We have, Gay?
We have to officially name it. Normally during your reorg meetings, we name the rest of the holidays, but because the first comes before our meetings, it's been an annual resolution to put it forth so that the employees whose contracts give us that day off, it's covered.
perfect.
Okay?
Reorganization is what date this year?
January 7th.
Okay. Do I have a motion for the consent agenda?
Move to approve.
Second.
Roll call vote?
Jeevers.
Yes.
Hamilton.
Yes.
Mazzara.
Yes.
Zhang.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes. Okay, recommendations from administration, council clerk.
2018 R-279, authorizing a temporary budget appropriation for police salary and wage for 2019. 2018 R-280, authorizing the budget transfer to provide for the transfer of funds within the 2018 municipal budget. 2018 R-281, authorizing the insertion of revenue into the municipal budget for the Division of Highway Traffic for 2018 Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over Year-End Holiday Crackdown Grant, $5,500. 2018 R-282, authorizing the mayor and chief financial officer to pay the matching fund to Tri-State Lighting and Energy for lighting and HVAC upgrades to the Township Municipal, Police, Court, Fire Emergency Services, and Princeton Junction Firehouse buildings under the New Jersey Board of Public Utilities Direct Install Program, $95,007.32. 2018 R-283, authorizing the mayor and clerk to execute a professional service agreement contract, amendment number 2 with Bank 3, Inc., for the project known as Cranberry Road Sidewalk Project Phase 2B for $17,800 for a total not to exceed of $124,884. 2018 R-284, authorizing the chief financial officer to increase the professional services agreement with Van Cleef Engineering for miscellaneous engineering services by $1,938 for a total not to exceed amount of $8,610. 2018 R-285, authorizing the business administrator to execute an agreement with Skybrowse LTD for collision reconstruction software. 2018 R-286, authorizing the mayor and clerk to execute a developer's agreement with Parveen Kumar Nadala, PB 1701, 17 Millstone Road.
Okay, can we just do 2018 R-280 first? Because we should give that a separate vote, as the transfer of funds requires 4 votes out of 5. So do I have a motion for that?
Move to approve.
Second.
Roll call vote?
Jeevers.
Yes.
Hamilton.
Yes.
Mazzara.
Yes.
Zhang.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes. Okay, now, thank you. Does anybody want to pull any of the other?
I just want to pull R-285 for a comment.
Okay, please make your comment.
Okay, as I'd referenced before, I do want to thank Lieutenant Moore for coming out and answering my questions. My questions had been about this software that actually sounds pretty amazing, and we're getting it for free to be able to use on a township drone. So my question had related to the mayor to be like, do we have a drone? We have a little drone, right? We have a small drone right now that the software will be able to be used on. And my question to Lieutenant Moore had been, do we anticipate any expenses? Because there's a provision in the contract that says if we incur any expenses, it's on us as the client. And Lieutenant Moore kindly advised me that there's no expenses other than maybe buying a USB cord or something, very, very minor expenses. So it sounds like great software. I understand also that in the event that there is another drone, that the software is easily transferable, and that it's going to help with accident reconstruction, which I think is an important service. So I just wanted to provide that information to the public, because that information wasn't necessarily included in the backup documents.
Yeah, I mean, it's both good and bad. You don't want any accidents to happen, but unless accident happens, you can't test the drone, so.
Right. I mean.
I hope you
yeah.
never get to test it, but it is what it is.
Right. And the price is obviously just right, that it is being offered to the township as, I guess we're going to test pilot the software, so it's free.
Okay, any other comments on this?
Just something I just saw, and I just want to question it before we vote. The client, is it the West Windsor Police Department or West Windsor Township is the client? Township, isn't it? Or shouldn't it be?
Township.
Yeah, okay, all right. So go to page, 87, in the service agreement.
It defines the client.
It mentions Skybrow, and then it says West Windsor Police Department client in parentheses, so really that should be West Windsor Township, right?
They define client as the police department, it should be defined as the township.
That's the change we're making, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Okay, and you're, Mr. Herbert, okay with everything else that is in this
Yes, our
service agreement?
office reviewed this document, and, except for the one change, we found it to be appropriate.
All right, so we'll make that change in the service agreement.
So we can just approve
Ema,
it
would you
subject.
know if this service agreement with the original wording was signed by Skybrow's?
No, it has not been signed.
Okay, so we can make that change?
Madam Clerk, you're okay making that change?
Yes.
Okay. There's one change we should be making to the resolution. Skybrow's is located at 10 Washington Drive in Cranberry, not Washington Road, which is in West Windsor. So just changing road to drive.
Yep.
And thank you, too, there was a township resident that actually pointed that out as this being
Yes.
the incorrect address. So thank you to, I think it was John Hinsdale.
Yes, it was John Hinsdale. Thank you, Mr. Hinsdale. We appreciate your proofreading everything for us. Anyone else have a comment on this or any other?
I'd like to move to approve all of them.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call vote.
Jeevers.
Yes, with the change that we talked about.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Mizera,
Yes.
Zhang,
Yes.
Miller.
Yes. Okay. We have no introduction of ordinances. Additional public comment. Seeing none, council reports. Aisha.
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Andy Brumberg, 24 Providence Drive. I just want to express my confidence that you guys are again doing a great job, like you always do, and I'm looking forward to a lot of progress on redevelopment, because I think that's a real opportunity for West Windsor. Whenever I take the train and I go up and down, it seems like we have a gold mine and we're not using it near the train station. That's all.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, seeing none, council reports. Aisha.
Nothing for me, thanks.
Wisey.
No for this week, thank you.
Virginia.
I did sit in on a parking authority meeting. It was really interesting. And I don't have anything major to share, but they run a great business over there.
Thank you. Linda?
Yeah, the planning board is not meeting in December, although I believe January 3rd, 2nd, January
We don't waste any time, we get to
I
work.
know. You'll I guess the planning board will reorganize and have a hearing on whatever's before the board at that point. Okay. Now, council will not have anyone there, just so you know.
Well, I'm sure
We
that
don't
there will be
reorganize.
council members there, but unfortunately, council will not have a member of the planning board there. And I'm sure that the planning board reorganization will take that into consideration and defer any liaison that a council member, planning board member might volunteer for.
That's it.
I did go to the end of the Environmental Commission meeting, which I go to after the Bicycle and Pedestrian Alliance meeting, and the Environmental Commission is continuing to work on the Sustainable Jersey recertification. Administration updates?
Nothing. Wish everyone happy holidays.
So, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
We're adjourned. And that was only 45 minutes, which